Scorpio horoscope August 2020. Communication becomes more open and outgoing as Mercury leaves shy Cancer for Gregorius Leo on August 4th. You're more likely to express yourself loudly and proudly now, and you don't care as much what other people think. This is the perfect time to make that grand gesture you've been too shy to make until now. Money centered Venus enters domestic Cancer on the 7th, so you'll want to spend the majority of your disposable income on items for your home. These could range from big ticket items like furniture or smaller ones like candles and soft blankets. You want to make your house feel like a home, and you don't mind spending a little money to make it inviting and comfortable. Mars and Pluto, your two co-rulers, form a square on August 13th, causing tensions to run high. Power struggles that start now won't end without someone giving in, and it's probably not going to be you. You're one of the most stubborn signs, Scorpio, and at times like this, it seems like you're actually proud of that title. There's a Venus-Pluto opposition on the 13th that ends the month on an intense note, especially if you're dealing with an unexpected crisis. You feel flustered when you don't have time to think, which results in frustration and could lead you to make poor decisions. Don't feel pressured into making any quick choices about love or money. Egyptian insight, spiritual, intellectual, physical, social, and emotional aspect of the self for Scorpio in August of 2020. Spiritual lovers. Intellectual, Eight of Swords. Physical, the Chariot. Social, Ten of Swords. And emotional is the Fool. The lovers out of this deck, it's got a guy being pulled from two different directions with his arms crossing himself, and the arrow archer being pointing at one of the ones who's not covering her top half. So this is referencing positive aspect of trial, exam, attempt, important choice in the effective positional of commercial field and others. A decision is necessary, marriage, pledge, pact. Negative aspects of falsity, temptation, guilty love, failure in a trial, unfaithfulness, separation, love, not exchanged, missed promises, indecision. So it seems like your spiritual aspect of yourself is being torn in a tug of war between naughty and nice, or virtue or the opposite of virtue, like not giving a crap about things. This sun archer here is shooting this chick over here. That's all like referencing the negative aspects, and the positive is like, come with me. You have the divine pulling you. Here's the moon, even though it may seem like it's just a reflection. The scarab is just rolling up the dung to pass. Lovers. You might have some past karma stuff going on with lovers in your life. Do some past life regression, possibly. Maybe you need to just stay in the moment for August. Be patient. Think about it for a while. Get some clairvoyance, introspection going. We'll see more on just ahead. The Eight of Swords here is about Sobek's teeth. It's a crocodile. There's a bunch of swords. References Sobek devours souls that do not manage to justify their own actions, and that will become filth on his stomach. This is positive reference of bad news, inner crisis, censor, impediments, health and danger, inconvenience, or negative aspects of fatality, betrayal, accident, difficulty. Remember, the horoscope was talking about being stubborn. That's exactly what I thought of when I saw this. Be careful, you don't want to get eaten by the crocodile. You want to leave those who deserve to be eaten by the crocodile, which are, you know, betrayal. Your health is in danger, but this is what you're thinking about. This is the intellectual aspect of yourself. So you could be the Sobek in your mind eating your own tail, like, to survive off of. You might be your worst enemy right now. So be careful of your thoughts. Keep yourself in check. Meditate. Get clairvoyance. Referencing your spiritual aspect of yourself. Don't get torn in two. Be careful. The Chariot here in this deck is referencing positive aspects of triumph, success, spiritual or material, evolution achieved with intelligence, honors, recognized merits, ambitions, direction, government, negative aspects of failure, lack of success, defeat, incapacity, problems due to one's own mistakes, sudden loss of an already certain result, bad government. So this is referencing your physical aspect, and you're riding along your physical aspect of your world and yourself, which is materialistic, financial, anything that has to do with the 3D world. There is good and evil. Horace is balancing the forces. Don't let one pull the other one off and they fall and the chariot falls over, and now you're on the side of the road trying to push over your chariot all by yourself, putting you in more physical strain. Ra, the sword, the scepter, harmony. This is like a Trinity symbol right here. You got to keep yourself in balance. We're referencing once again spiritual aspect and intellectual aspect. So you have to be careful on your travels or your path in life and how you're going in the physical aspect of yourself. Ten of Swords is referencing when Set took out Horace's eye with the swords crossing over the eye. Positive aspects of impossible to act, pains that come and go, affliction, exhaustion, negative aspects of favors, small earnings, short-lasting adventures. This is in your social aspect. So those around you in August who aren't being compassionate or understanding of what you're going through in August, are you going to be the sets that are going to cut out your eye, Horace? Okay? Or they're the ones that have cutting out your eye, and they're the ones responsible that need to get eaten by the crocodile. So back. Keep yourself away from those types of people or out of social aspects in August. Try to take time out from people. Keep to yourself in August, or keep yourself close to those who are completely understanding and compassionate, or really close to you and never would do anything wrong to you, and have proven that. You can't take like the last year or less than that type people that have been in your life as, well, they've proven me this long. Well, give them another month of solitude, and those who can endure that and last and still be there and proving themselves are worth you going back to at the end of August. So keep yourself in more of a solitude. The Fool out of this deck is representing a blind man who's about to get eaten by a Sobek or a crocodile. He doesn't see what's ahead of him. Positive references of detachment from material worries, oddness, foolishness, incomprehensible actions, lightheartedness, travels, holidays of the body and the mind, indecipherable acts or words, creative tension, negative aspects of uncertainty, hesitation, lack of initiative, escape from reality, breaking of all relationships with the world, impulsiveness, blind instincts, recklessness, stupidity, insensitivity, slavery. This is an emotional aspect of yourself. Are you being foolhardy? Are you being blinded by your love or compassion for somebody that has deceived you? It does reference the social aspect of yourself, spiritual aspect of yourself. Are you being torn apart or being led to the slaughter by past lovers paying you back some, karma, but then creating their own karmic cycle with you where you keep the karmic dance and don't balance anything out or don't have any results. You just keep doing the same things back and forth. Never ending story of viciousness and vicious cycles. Think about it. Get some help. Cosmic, spiritual, intellectual, physical, social, and emotional aspect of the self for Scorpio in August of 2020. Spiritual, the Magician. Intellectual, Four of Pentacles. Social, Nine of Swords. That was physical, Nine of Swords. Physical, Nine of Swords. Social, Prince of Swords. And emotional, Ten of Wands. The Magician here out of this deck is referencing Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, Yin Yang, Master of the Four Elements, Manifester, but also can be potentially the Master Manipulator, your rebel inside. Okay? Referencing brother or friend, elementary knowledge, a free spirit, determination, skill, juggling, initiative, agitation, disgrace, self-reliance, intelligence, inventiveness, self-confidence, resourcefulness, deception, sleight of hand, clumsiness, egoism. So you can tell that there was two different like positive and negative aspects there mentioned, referencing the Lover's card there and your past life regression. Which direction or which timeline are you going to go towards? With the, you have pretty much all the signs and symbols telling you need to check out of who you're dealing with right now and take some time to reflect on your life and be a little bit of a introspecting yourself away from everyone else. Take less time with people and more time for yourself. Relax, to go somewhere where you can get away from people. Okay, the infinity, Trinity, all the good stuff up here in your crown can point to you what you need to look at, but are you going to look at it? It's up to you, Scorpio. The Four of Pentacles here is getting some professional advice with like bankers or investing or financial. And it references power, legacy, gift, great talent, love of wealth, wish to provide for others, generosity, application for a grant or scholarship, hoarder, usurer, skinflint, inability to share, clinging to property, avarice, obstacles, pride, setbacks in business, spendthrift. So you're thinking about your money, or you're thinking about spending your money, or you're thinking about not spending your money. Okay? This directly ties to Sobek going to eat you up. You're going to eat your own self up. What are you thinking about? Money, too much. Maybe you're thinking, I need to go out and have a good time and party and spend all this money. No, that's not going to be good. That's a bad thing. You don't want to do that in August. None of that. Or you're thinking, I need to save my money up for this. That's the better idea. That's the good one right here, telling you, hey, Sobek is going to eat you up if you don't put things into the right place or think of things in the right manner. Okay? Get that professional advice. Okay? If you can't help yourself and you're thinking about things you shouldn't be thinking about, especially if it has to do with money or finances or material things, get that guidance. The Nine of Swords here, first thought of when I saw it was referencing back to the Chariot, and this guy was just going to cross the street and got stabbed by swords. So be careful where you're going. Don't put yourself in protests that are having violent situations in the middle of the night and you end up getting shot. Careful. Okay? Or you become an innocent bystander that gets taken advantage of. This is referencing war, despair, sadness, failure, negative thoughts, fear, shame, anxiety over a loved one, acceptance of reality, self-realization, brilliant ideas. So as you're riding the chariot, balancing everything out with the Trinity, the good, the evil, where are you riding it to? What area are you going to ride through that may not be the best place to be? Maybe there's an alternative route, a detour you should take to avoid this situation. Nine of Swords is telling you, be warned. Make sure you pay attention to where you're going in life. Physical, material, finances, referencing back to the intellectual, get some guidance, seek some professional advice. The Prince of Swords here is the kind of like a missionary, but he's not out to convert. He's more like into understanding independent, idealist, or singled out, outcast, or native, indigenous people. He has a book, a sword, a bird looking over his shoulder. He's got the pyramid shape here. He's in a pretty nice foreign land or adventurous type person. Referencing bravery, agility, cleverness, swiftness, foresight, loyalty, courage, skill, capacity, the strength and dash of a young man. Impetuous, rush into the unknown without fear, daring, belligerent, imprudence, impulsive mistakes, bigotry. So with the Ten of Swords here is telling you be careful, even though you feel like, hey, I'm going to be careful and go out and do things and mingle with people. Well, you might get your eye cut out. There have been those who go on these explorations and missionary, and then they come up becoming a hostage or worse, dead. So don't get your eye cut out. You might lose your third eye vision. There's a lot of things you need to be wary of. That's why I said stay away from people, because I don't want you to end up like that. But if you are able to take everything that you're being told and put it into practice and kind of keep your mouth shut and stay quiet while you're out there doing those things, most of the time, few and far between times of social communication, you'll be fine, you'll be alright. But, Scorpios, you have a hard time with that sometimes. Ten of Wands is a dualistic card saying, it references Martin Luther King's quote of to ignore evils to become an accomplice of it, but it also references that sacrificing your life to the cause of liberty. Okay, this is in the emotional aspect. We reference the card meanings oppression, last effort, excessive pressures, link between strongly opposing elements, stubbornness, burden, difficulties, war, losses, displacement, fulfillment of great wishes, new expectations from life. So as you can see, referencing the previous cards and all the cards, you're going through a battle, harsh conditions, environment in August. Your emotions, you're kind of like this full with your heart potentially getting you, or you leaving you in a situation that is near death experience potentially. So I mean, look, the city around us is being burnt down to the ground. All these wands were thrown, and he's almost got hit by them all. He narrowly missed getting hit by all of them. So, and the fire is raging. So I would, it doesn't look like it's going to be an easy month. I'm sorry. It's going to be a really tough, hard month for Scorpios. Okay, you got Saturn up here too. So you may want to align yourself with what Saturn is meaning and not with Mars in August. Because I think Mars goes retrograde, or soon will go retrograde. And Saturn is going to beat Mars if the two conflict or fight or are opposition. Saturn will win the battle. He's got Uranus or I mean Jupiter. I think it's Jupiter. But just check out the astrology, look it up, see what's coming up. Look how the rest of the year is going to play out in astrology, that is. Get some insight. Don't be the fool blinded walking towards your death, or towards not your necessary death, but towards something you don't want to deal with, towards something that you're going to regret, or towards something that's going to cause more damage than you could have avoided. With the Chariot referencing and the Nine of Swords, look for a detour, get some guidance, professional advice. Universal fantasy, spiritual, intellectual, physical, social, and emotional aspect of the self for Scorpio in August of 2020. Spiritual, we got Two of Cups. Intellectual, King of Swords. Physical, the Star. Social, Two of Swords. And emotional, Four of Wands. Two of Cups is referencing marriages can have radical changes from radical perceptions that appear. Self-realization, the divine masculine, seeing the divine feminine, and vice versa inside of them. Whereas like they're one, they're both reaching for their cup of emotions. The Magician references divine masculine and feminine as well. The Lover's card telling you, hey, the universe is telling you don't go down. You're tempted. You're tempted by the temptress with her nakedness, but you're sitting there being held by the virtuous one, and you're like, I don't know. If you don't know which way is which, you need to sit and become the magician and manifest it in August. Don't just take one choice and go with it. This is not the time to just go with things. This is a time for inner reflection of yourself and seeing what is your true self. King of Swords is referencing the imagination to imagine the future is not enough to make the future. You have to do action. So you gotta, I'll imagine, or I'll go on YouTube, or I'll go on the internet and read what somebody says. No, you have to actually act. Do the action of meeting somebody. Okay? Be careful as well with the words. Okay? All the words that are going on in August. It's like Pitfall. If you ever played the video game Pitfall, if you don't do it just right, you're going to get bit. You can't just sit here either and do nothing. This is what you're thinking about, remember? This is how things are going to play out in your mind in August. The Star references the time to sit back and relax, do the meditation, thinking about it clearly, get your thoughts cleared. Okay, you can't just always be running your chariot. Okay, you're going to end up one of these days getting hit by swords and the python that is leading you. Okay, the horses need to sit and relax and drink some water. Get this wish of your physical aspect of your life, financial, materialistic, anything with the 3D world that you're wishing for right now needs you to just calm, relax, patience. Don't be impatient. Don't be like, I gotta do something. Summer's almost out. Fall's coming. Oh my gosh, COVID's gonna get us all. Swords are being thrown at you. You have the sword of truth. You have the scepter of manifesting. You have the eye, the third eye, to see clearly. Riding the chariot needs to chill. Sometimes it's best just to, like I referenced Pitfall, sit and time the jump. Time the action. Timing is everything to get the wish you want. to get the star aligned in the right time for you. August is that time to sit there and wait for the right time to jump. Two of Swords is referencing a blind female divine feminine with two swords ready to be used. This card in this deck references the martial arts master that can be blinded and doesn't act first, waits for to sense the action to strike at the right time. Prince of Swords, he's out there doing his thing, but if he just runs and goes through the jungle crazy, he's gonna get his eye poked out or cut out. Got these words crossing you. Wait for the right time to cross these swords so your eye doesn't get cut out with third eye. You might lose your third eye vision. You have to be intuitive enough to not rely on your third eye vision all the time and say, okay, I've experienced and went through enough to know when to strike. Social aspect of yourself is not about being the normal Scorpio in your social interactions. This is about refinement, getting that crystal or jewel refined perfectly and seeing the reflections of the sun like, 24 karat perfect in every way. Four of Wands is about doing just the right amount, not too little, not too much. Ten of Wands is saying that's kind of what you've been doing, but you've probably put yourself in a situation that has caused this to happen emotionally around you in your world. From walking blindly without the refinement and connecting with your intuition and your spiritual guidance and the things you've learned, your wisdom. Remember, he has the book, the Prince of Swords down here, social aspect. So that means, have you done enough research? Have you done it? Do you believe the right people? Do you believe the wrong people? Are they causing you to be in very unfavorable predicaments that you could have been in a better predicament if you weren't just blindly following somebody or what they were telling you with all the stuff you have, following your heart blindly, and they were manipulating your heart, manipulating your emotions, knowing that if they can tell you what you want to hear, they'll get you to get eaten by Sobek, feeding their god. Okay? Don't be led to the sacrifice through your heart. Sacred Geometry Activations message for Scorpio in August of 2020. Transition. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence in our lives, so that we can learn to grow, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. Transition can be described as the passage from one stage to another. However deeply or mildly it impacts our lives, transition always implies change of some sort, and most of us are afraid of change. We want things to stay the same. We want to stay in the comfort zone we've created. Unfortunately, change is the one certainty in life that we can all count on. Change is necessary to allow room for the new to emerge and the old to pass. Change is necessary for growth to occur. Change is a fundamental universal law. Transition describes this process of change, a time when things are moving, morphing, and shifting. And in the midst of this process, it's common for nothing to feel clear, comfortable, or safe. Being pushed and pulled from our existing state into one that is unfamiliar isn't easy. And the most feared transition of all is one we all face individually: death. The transition from our physical bodies to the world of spirit. Because we have so little understanding of the true nature of our existence and of our connection to the cosmos, we tend to fear death as a perceived ending. As in this activation, the snake is a traditional symbol for death and transition in many cultures and belief systems due to its perceived ability to be reborn many times during its lifetime by shedding its skin. Behind it, the background shows not only the grid of the flower of life, the connection with the earth plane, but also the Merkaba, a reference to our existential ability to traverse between layers of time and dimension. The colors indigo, violet, and magenta are indications of our deep spiritual connection to the cosmos and the whole of existence, making any transition but a moment in an ongoing, infinite journey. Keepers of the Light, who has a message for Scorpio in August of 2020? Horace. Cosmic Gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. Horus is the Egyptian eagle-headed god and sun, twin flame of the goddess Isis. He is known for his foresight, psychic awareness, and ability to travel between the worlds. He can help us move into the cosmos with our mind, meditations, and prayers so that we can harness the natural magic that surrounds us. He has known for ritual magic in the past, and now he helps create pockets of energy in the world where he can access light, wisdom, and insight. If you are seeing the symbol of an eye appearing around you, know that Horus is asking you to become aware of how you are influencing the energy around you and how it in turn is influencing you. You are connected to the universe and have the ability to manifest miraculous experiences. Your thoughts, words, and actions are like magnets drawing the energy that creates and cultivates your world. You have a stellar gateway chakra above your head, a vortex of energy that is influenced by your own energy. You can place ideas into this vortex to create what you are seeking. The universe also offers you guidance, abundance, support, and healing based on your capacity to connect to it and accept it. You have a real opportunity to further that connection now by sending prayers and intentions out into the cosmos. Which dragon has a message for Scorpio in August of 2020? Alpha Dragon. Harness the divine masculine power of creation. Destroy the old. Visualize your dream. Help to manifest a new world. These incredible galactic dragons carry Archangel Metatron's highest light. They help to create the universe that we live in and continue to breathe the yang energy of manifestation into our world. Because they have the power of physical manifestation, they work with our thoughts. When we or the collective mind of humanity are ready to bring something into creation. These are enormous and powerful dragons. They only work for the highest good. As they can build, they can also destroy. They are entering our world now at the end of the old era and the start of the new to facilitate the destruction of that which no longer serves our planet and the construction of a new world at a much higher frequency. Alpha Dragons are bringing you a very special message. You are being called to demonstrate creative forces in your current project or experience. So ask these magnificent beings to assist you and know that their masculine energy will empower and strengthen you as you visualize what you want to build. You can ask these dragons to support you in constructing our new fifth dimensional world. As you hold the vision of the new golden age, they can take your pictures and breathe life into them. This is a card of raw power and creation, so ensure your intentions are pure. Sacred Power for Scorpio in August of 2020. Retreat. Spend time with nature, seek silence and solitude. Within each session, nature is in perfect harmony with animals and plants. Secret gardens are bountiful, hidden away from the public and blessed in the abundance of natural life. Being in nature allows you to naturally reset and rechange your energy fields by grounding your energy in the present. Being constantly available removes your ability to retreat and hibernate when your soul is crying out for solitude. Nature brings all that we need to survive, and it is within nature you can remove yourself from any situation. Creating space between you and a particular issue will give you a better perspective. Your mind will become focused and clearer towards your goals, desires, and best course of action. Exhaustion, stress, and chronic fatigue are triggering your fight or flight response. Being in nature will assist your body in resetting its biorhythm, synchronizing your energy into its natural cycles. Stress relief and emotional reprieve is achievable now if you commit to placing yourself first. A physical retreat, such as a holiday, may be in order. Now is the time to escape. Your soul requires solitude. Find a special place that you alone can call your own secret garden. It is here that you can pause and take rest, knowing that you are removed and hidden from the rest of the world. You can reflect and escape from interference and detach from group or family conflicts without guilt. Finally, receiving peace of mind in stillness and sunshine. Nurturing your empathic qualities gives you an opportunity to find joy and appreciate the beauty of simplicity. Stop and smell the roses. Don't promise to hold secrets you know you can't keep. Privacy is required, as matters need to be approached delicately and diplomatically, even if you want to shout them from a rooftop. Take a step back or disconnect from technology. You need to spend more time in nature. Affirmation: I am clearly aligned with the Earth's natural rhythms. I am able to process empathy with minimal disruption to my mind, body, and spirit. Isis, what is your message for Scorpio in August of 2020? Queen of Heaven. Blessing from the Divine Empress of the Skies. The Queen of Heaven, the Divine Empress of the Skies, acknowledges your feminine authority now. As a man or a woman, you have a life path of spiritual leadership to bring qualities of mercy, compassion, and wisdom into the world. The Oracle of the Queen of Heaven is a confirmation of your feminine leadership and spiritual authority, whether in male or female body this lifetime. Isis means throne, and in her presence and blessing as Divine Empress of the Skies, she offers the initiates of the light, men and women, great feminine spiritual power. Feminine spiritual authority occurs when power is tempered with mercy, wisdom, compassion, and love. It is inspired spiritual leadership through the heart and a model of power and authority that is based in empowerment rather than the force or control. Isis, Queen of Heaven, calls you to ascend to the throne of feminine leadership within your own being, that you may fulfill your life mission and serve the divine feminine on this planet from a place of inner spiritual authority. This oracle is confirmation to step forward in leadership if you have been considering doing so. It might be a connection with others, especially if you also drew the card Divine Sisterhood, but you are also to realize that you are a capable spiritual leader in your own right as you trust the divine feminine values within. This new model of power is not about assuming authority over another, but about living your truth and integrity and leading by authentic example. There is great power here and no false sense of responsibility for another, which could drain you and create dependency rather than growth in those you seek to empower through your leadership. You are encouraged to contemplate how you might step more fully into your own authority. Often this requires that we make peace with the authority figures in our lives, past and present, and how we have experienced those relationships, whether as supportive, truthful, and empowering, or as in disempowering, shaming, or perhaps minimizing or inflating our own or inflating of our sense of grandiosity. Healthy relationships with authority figures helps us recognize we can learn and perhaps be mentored by another, and where we too can help others learn and grow. Through the eyes of the divine feminine, authority is not a question of hierarchy with one more authoritative over another who has less authority. It is rather more like a circle of life where we all have different awareness, ability, and mastery to share with each other, together guiding each other into greater wholeness, each of us with our own spiritual responsibility for our growth and our own capacity to help others to the degree that we are willing and able. Making peace with authority figures past and present often involves pulling back the unconscious projection of our own authority, divinity, and strength upon those persons, seeing them as belonging to ourselves and allowing the other to be more human. It may involve recognizing the gifts and the human failings of the authority figure and within ourselves in that moment. Seeing the grace involved as two people with limited consciousness attempted a relationship. There will always be gifts and learning on both sides of the relationship. Allow the release of forgiveness that comes with compassion and the freedom that willingness to grow within brings, so that your relationship to authority within and externally can be healed and transformed. Wisdom of the Oracle. What is our message for Scorpio in August of 2020? Loyal heart. Fidelity, loyalty, devotion. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they are faithful to you, and you will in turn commit fully to them. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you. No matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith, for you are externally loved, always divinely protected, and divinely directed. So this references back to what I said about your social aspect of yourself. And if they can't allow you to take the time to go out in nature and away from them, and they're like, why didn't you call me? Why didn't you message me? Where have you been? Well, they need to get out of your life. Because if they can't accept that, they can't understand that, they don't trust you, they don't need to be in your life. Relationship message. Your partnerships, friendships, and romantic relationships all have many qualities in common right now. Honest devotion, faithfulness, and a loyal heart are being shown to you. Are you as loyal in return? Now is the time for your heartfelt commitments and trusting in divine protection. Prosperity message. Your long-term loyalty to your goals is becoming evident in the world of conditions, where your aspirations for success assume form and reality. Success is finally taking shape. If you are loyal to your dreams, faithful to your plans while remaining flexible and devoted to serving others, you will be shown proof of your true prosperity. This is a time for joyful celebration of Spirit, your manifesting partner. Protection message. Are you stubborn or overly tenacious about an idea, or have you become so attached to something that you just don't know how to let go? Could it be that it's become so much a part of you that you wouldn't know who you are without it? Now is the time to look at outdated beliefs, old ideas, and misplaced loyalties. Betrayal is only a signal that it is time to prune away all who don't deserve your trust and have no place in your life. Be new, think new, and open your heart to new things. Let go of the old and all your attachments. Spirit has awesome plans for you. Make some room. Cosmic message for Scorpio in August of 2020. Transformation. And the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. Transformation occurs in nature's cycles all around us: birth, death, and rebirth. These cycles are not feared when we are able to observe the transformation and beauty and change. If you have drawn this card, you are also going through a beautiful transformation of self. This process can be challenging and difficult at times. Not knowing what is ahead of us can seem daunting, and you may feel you are unraveling. Dearest one, have no fear or concern. You are embarking on a remarkable journey that will invoke and touch your soul. This is a time when patterns, habits, and all belief systems are challenged and transcended. The butterfly is slowly emerging from its cocoon, which is once found stable, safe, warm, and secure. For many years, you have been playing it safe in all areas and facets of your life. But now you find that things are happening around you that challenge your way of being. You wished for more, did you not? You hungered for greater understanding, greater clarity, and greater and stronger connection to the mystery of the divine. The caterpillar has had its day. It has experienced all it needs to experience, and now is the time. The time has come for the butterfly to emerge. The beauty you bring into this world with your unique colors and flight will be so very inspiring. With your radiant beauty and courage, you will raise the vibration of this earth to greater octaves of love and light. Affirmation. I am courageous as I embrace this transformation with love. Associated chakra, sacral. White Light Oracle, what is your message for Scorpio in August of 2020? Obadiah. Do not turn away from your path, nor from what you know in your heart to be true. No matter what appears to be, nor what logic may dictate, trust what your heart is telling you. You are safe and protected by Spirit. You are spiritually empowered with all you need to manifest your authentic soul path. You have what it takes to connect with the light and live that connection in practical ways, which contribute positive energy to our human collective. Obadiah is the Latin basis for the word obedience. Far from conforming to authority, the original meaning was to listen, to hear, and to not turn away. The oracle of Obadiah is about becoming a sacred rebel, giving up faith in the ways of the world and embracing the ways of the Spirit unconditionally. That means refusing to torture yourself with horror stories that society and your own mind conjure up from time to time. This guidance is encouraging you to connect through your heart with the spiritual light, wisdom, and guidance within. The oracle asks you to believe in the power of Spirit to show you the way through all troubles. There is a message from our loving universe for you. You will feel it in your own heart. You may consider yourself to be a feisty, independent, strong person rather than one who is docile and surrendered in spirit. A vibrant and powerful personality may feel initial resistance or confusion when asked to become soft to the ways of Spirit. Yet this sort of obedience is not about giving away your power or becoming someone you are not. When we are receptive to Spirit, we become more unique, not less. This oracle asks us to get out of our own way. Often we make things more difficult for ourselves, even when our intentions are good. This is because we see things from a limited or partial perspective. It doesn't mean we should refuse to act at all. It just means that we practice sensing and following Spirit. By tuning into the heart, we will act from a more centered and wisely guided place. Our actions will be more likely to hit the mark. When we flow with the greater wisdom of life, far-reaching positive consequences await. Recognizing that Spirit is wiser than your own personal opinion is a prelude to true awakening. The more awakened we are, the more genuine benefit for all beings can unfold through our endeavors. To be clear, the guidance of this oracle is not to hand over your power, nor to seek out Spirit to tell you what to do. It is always up to you to exercise your free will and live your life as you choose. Sometimes the responsibility behind such freedom might seem too much, but this is our task as human beings, to own our freedom and exercise it with wisdom and delight. When you trust your courage more than your doubt, you will be ready to listen to Spirit and act on what you perceive. You will be capable, willing, and ready to live as a light on this earth. You are also encouraged to ditch the drug of doubt. Doubt undermines your confidence and sends you on a mission to gain approval before making every decision. Approval can become the hit that alleviates doubt temporarily, but it prevents you from building the strength you need to listen for your own spiritual knowing. You have it within you to be spiritually sovereign. This oracle asks you to recognize your inner potential and to practice trusting yourself and your capacity to respond to life's unpredictable happenings with soul-honoring integrity. Star seeds. What message do we have for Scorpio in August of 2020? The Seas of Mintaka. Seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. Mintaka is thought to have been a water-based planet containing the most crystal clear waters you could ever imagine, so clear that you could see for miles and miles underwater. The Seas of Mintaka card represents this crystalline clarity of potential and possibility. It's about the ability to choose to see the potential in all people and situations. This could be one of your natural traits, or it could be a sign that what you're currently doing has great potential. Mintakans are thought to have been a galactic race who saw the light in everything and everyone. You may have received this card as confirmation that a situation or project has extreme potential and will reach fruition. If it appears in a spread, it is a very positive sign that things are working out for the highest potential of all involved. It's a very uplifting, light-filled card that brings great harmony, contentment, and positive outcomes. According to Carl Jung, that which we do not bring to conscious appears in our life as fate. When water appears in dreams and art, it often represents the unconscious mind. Pulling this card also means you may be called to bring to light any unconscious patterns of which you're unaware. To look at them and see them clearly and consciously so they don't appear in your life as fate. What unconscious patterns or behaviors are you ready to be brought to the light of day? Star Seed Soul Inquiry. How can you see the potential in the situation you're facing? What unconscious patterns are you being called to bring to light? And that's your reading, Scorpio. Thanks for watching. Click the links below. Become a patron, please. See you next month.